Oh man. Kevin. Yeah. Oh man. Hey. Hey guys. It's been crazy. We just went through 2 worlds. We went through a global war. It has been absolutely insane here. This is Indy news. Kevin, I think he's out. What? Kevin, hey, did you make it? Undertaker's establishing dominance. Now he's sniffing Samoa's ass. You're having some issues over there.
What happened?
We just went through like 3 nights of war. And I feel like it had something to do with Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Good Lord. Can you make it through?
I think so.
All right, let's try and get through this craziness. You ready? All right. So, we had Worlds Night 1 and 2 on the 12th and the 13th. They were at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You gotta stay with me, man. You gotta stay with me. All right. We had Gedo defeat Delirious. We had Roderick Strong defeat Kushida. We had Jay Lethal retain the ROH TV title over Watanabe. We had a 3-way tag team match where the Young Bucks defeated the Kingdom and the ROH Tag Team Champions of the world, the Addiction. We had Naito defeat Michael Elgin. Red Dragon defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jushin Thunder Liger. AJ Styles went against his mystery opponent, which ended up being the Kingdom's Adam Cole.
Baby.
AJ Styles defeated him with 2 pile drivers and a Styles Clash. And in the main event of Night 1, Okada and Nakamura defeated Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe. Okada pinned Mark Briscoe after the Rainmaker. Then we move on to Worlds Night 2. Jay Diesel versus Moose was supposed to happen, but Veda Scott said Moose refuses to wrestle until he gets an ROH title shot. So it ended up being Jay Diesel versus the Romantic Touch. Jay Diesel obviously is going to win that one. Adam Page defeated Watanabe. We had Michael Elgin defeat Kushida. Tetsuya Naito defeated Kyle O'Reilly. In the 4-way match, we had Nakamura defeat Jay Lethal, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Mark Briscoe. We had the implosion of Brutal Burgers. Bob Evans putting the armbar on Cheeseburger, so looks like that team is officially done. We had Tanahashi defeat Roderick Strong. We had the Addiction defeat Okada and Gedo. And we had an ROH title match where Jay Briscoe retained over Bobby Fish. And in the main event, we had the Kingdom defeat the Bullet Club's AJ Styles and the Young Bucks. Then, we took a break, a 1-day break. We moved over to Toronto, Ontario, the Ted Reeve Arena, and we had Global Wars Night 1. This was on iPPV. We just got done watching it.
And the one change to the card that they announced at the beginning of the show, Bobby Fish had not been able to make it to Toronto due to travel issues, so Red Dragon was pulled out of the Four Corners tag team match, and Kyle O'Reilly was added to Chris Sabin versus Kushida to make it a 3-way match.
But that would be our second match. Our first match was Moose and Gedo defeating Silas Young and Watanabe after a miscommunication between Watanabe and Silas Young. Moose ended up spearing Silas Young, who got tagged in. Didn't understand why, because he was injured. And then Silas Young took it out on Watanabe after the match. And then, as Kevin Hawk said, we had the triple threat match: Kushida versus Chris Sabin versus Kyle O'Reilly. This was a very impressive match. Lots of fun stuff in this. Kushida defeated Sabin and O'Reilly after getting Sabin to tap out to an armbar.
Sabin did the helicopter dig.
A lot of this. We had the Kingdom versus Matt Sydal and Jushin Thunder Liger, and good God, Maria Kanellis.
there's more coming.
Oh man, better get through this fast. Yeah, Maria distracts Jushin Jushin was all for this. He was trying to get at it no matter how many times Jushin ran at him.
Jushin was hitting the Liger strut, which I think Maria liked the Liger strut as much as Jushin liked.
Because she just kept going with her little striptease dance she was doing. So
that was after the Kingdom tried twice to get in and both got double clothesline.
Yeah. He ends up getting the motorboat treatment, turns around into a double super kick. Maria gets down, but the Kingdom ends up defeating Seidel and Liger after Seidel goes for the shooting star press on Bennett and gets caught with a super kick all the way down by Taven. Liger is down on the outside. Taven gets up. They do their double team, which is a spike power driver. They call the Hail Mary, and the Kingdom picks up the win over Matt Seidel. We had a match that was supposed to happen at last year's Super Shows, Okada versus Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander was injured last year, so unfortunately he had to be pulled from the shows. But he put on a hell of a show with Okada.
Yeah, good for Cedric. And it was a big proving ground for him because of the fact that he was injured last year and didn't have that opportunity.
Absolutely.
So he felt like he was pressured even more this go around to beat Okada.
Unfortunately, the pressure must have gotten to him because Okada ends up hitting the Rainmaker and defeats Cedric Alexander. He tries to abide by the Code of Honor at the end, but Cedric Alexander says no, don't want anything to do with it, and walks away. We had what was supposed to be the four-way tag team match, but Red Dragon getting pulled. We had the Addiction versus RPG Vice versus the Decade. The Addiction ends up picking up the win after RPG Vice hits the assisted jig and tonic on Adam Page. The Addiction get in, toss RPG Vice out, and pick up the win, stealing the victory from RPG Vice. Very interesting tag team. This is the first time I think both of us have seen Trent and Rocky team up.
They're a newfound team on the scene.
Yeah, so
Rocky Romero just announced their formation at the 13-year anniversary show.
Yeah.
So, they're not very long into the business as a partnership.
Yeah.
They mesh well together.
Very good chemistry so far. So, looking forward to more from that. Then we had the match that I was most excited for, Nakamura versus ACH. ACH is probably one of my favorite guys on the indies right now. They had a hell of a match. Both guys getting all their stuff in, but unfortunately ACH, his ego got the best of him, I think. Tried to get a little too flashy, and Nakamura ends up picking up the win with the Boomaye knee strike. But they ended up doing a code of honor after the match, I believe. So still very respectful between. Yeah, they had a battle of the Kiban. That was fun. Jay Lethal took on Tetsuya Naito. This was a really good match. We had Donovan Dijak out there with Jay Lethal. No Truth Martini. And Donovan Dijak, a really interesting setup. He was sitting in the walkway on a chair. This led to Jay Lethal doing a drop toe hold onto Tetsuya Naito, hitting the chair. So a clever little setup there. Jay Lethal ends up picking up the win, hitting Lethal Injection after Donovan Dijak gets ejected from ringside. We had Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Michael Elgin. This was a very hard-hitting match. Lots of good spots between these two. Hiroshi Tanahashi picks up the win after hitting a third high-fly flow. Hell of a frog splash by that guy. But then we had our main event, the ROH All-Stars, Roderick Strong, War Machine, and the Briscoes taking on the Bullet Clubs, Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, AJ Styles, and the Young Bucks. This was insane. Spot after spot after spot. There was just so much craziness going on. It starts with all five faces trying to get the Code of Honor going. The entire Bullet Club says suck it. They end up going to a huge 10-man brawl. We've got super kicks and superplexes and Hanson swanton diving onto everyone on the outside. We had a superplex on everyone on the outside. We had chicken kung fu. We had...
Wait.
Yes, there was a chicken doing kung fu in this match.
Oh, I thought that was what I ordered from the restaurant down the street.
No, that's closed right now. You're not getting that tonight. Sorry. All kinds of insanity going on. The ROH All-Stars end up picking up the win after in succession on Matt Jackson. Roderick Strong hits the Strong Breaker. We get the J Driller, and for the finish we get the Froggy Bow from Mark Briscoe. The ROH All-Stars picking up the win over the Bullet Club. An insane pay-per-view.
Good defensive play by the ROH All-Stars to have War Machine play the defensive tackle.
Yeah, yeah, they just pushed everybody around while they triple teamed on Matt Jackson. And then last, actually it would have been this morning, the night after, well, a few hours after Global Wars Night 1, ROH TV, we had a one-on-one match, ACH versus Adam Page. Adam Page ends up picking up the win over ACH with a low blow. Right after ACH hits a double stomp and attempts a 450, he goes for the 450. Adam Page rolls out. ACH lands on his feet, goes for a go behind, and while the referee is unable to see behind him, Adam Page hits a low blow, goes for a roll up, and Page tries to make nicey nice or just be kind of a dick at the end. Goes for the code of honor. Him and ACH just end up brawling. And we gotta have referees come out and break everything up. We have Kyle O'Reilly address what happened with the KRD a couple weeks ago, but says before he can focus on that, he has a ROH TV title match against Jay Lethal next week on Ring of Honor TV. So he's got to focus all of his energies on becoming an ROH TV champion. Truth Martini and Jay Lethal start listing off people that Jay Lethal hasn't beat yet, because he's going strong with that TV title.
That list is shrinking.
And Truth Martini starts listing people out. He goes, well, there's Moose, there's Michael Elgin, there's Jay Briss, and then Jay Lethal cuts him off, saying, what did you say? And he goes, I don't know, I'm just coming up with a list of people you can put on your next DVD, blah, blah, blah. So he tries to save his ass a little bit. And then the Briscoes kind of fire shots at War Machine. They're going to be in our main event, saying that the last time they had a match, the match got thrown out, that nothing was settled, no winner was announced. So during this match, they will finish their business with War Machine. And it was a hell of a match, lots of brawls. Jay has to hit 2 J Drillers on Hanson to pick up the win. But he does, picks up the win. He has still yet to be pinned in over 2 years. So every time there's been a loss to the Briscoes, it's been Mark who has lost the match. So yeah, Jay Briscoe is still looking strong, and I don't think he's going to be losing that title anytime soon. One thing we forgot to mention about the Global Wars is after the ROH All-Stars and Bullet Club, we had the attempted code of honor between AJ Styles and Jay Briscoe, and that was broken up and ruined by Jay Lethal attacking both champions.
Yeah.
And with Best in the World coming out next month, we have a potential maybe triple threat loser loses their championship match, since at Best in the World all the titles are going to be on the line. So a lot of interesting stuff happening in ROH. I just did all the results. This is crazy. You have anything?
No, they beat it out of me.
Oh. Well, I'll give you a quick update. Some more indie news. Global Force Wrestling, Jeff Jarrett's new endeavor, is coming pretty soon. They're going to have their first TV tapings on July 24th in Las Vegas. And we have what is... I don't know if there's going to be more people added to this, but this is an updated roster as of late. The latest person to sign on is Shelton Benjamin. So the other people we have on the roster as of right now, we have Jeff and Karen Jarrett. We have the Young Bucks. I know you're not so happy about this, but in non-wrestling capacity, we have Chael Sonnen, who I believe is going to be on commentary. We have Scott Hall, Jim Cornette, PJ Black, Thea Trinidad, Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, Sanjay Dutt, Lance Hoyt, Davey Boy Smith Jr., Moose, George T. Murdoch, formerly known as Brodus Clay, Luke Hawks, Andrew Everett, Watanabe, Trent Beretta, Sonata, the New Heavenly Bodies, Jamie Brave, Jigsaw, Jamin Olivencia, I have no idea who that is, the Hot Shots, Cliff Compton, Chuck Taylor, and Lady Tapa. So they're going to be deciding 4 different championships during their TV tapings. I believe they're taping.
Wow.
I believe they're taping 3 or 4 TV tapings. So at the end of July. So we still got a couple months before that happens. But I mean, that's a hell of a roster they're setting up so far. So we'll have to see what happens when Global Force comes around. Hopefully we'll be able to give you guys an idea of what it's like, and maybe it's something we'll start adding regularly to Indy News.
It's possible. Hopefully they don't just fall into being another TNA right off the bat.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. But that's it for results. Since Kevin Hawk's got nothing, Kevin Hawk, you do have some updates to upcoming shows, though.
Updates to upcoming shows.
Upcoming events.
I'm still exhausted from Global Wars.
Well, look at this. What happened to Al Snow?
Somebody got head.
Insanity.
DDP. He can't give himself a high five anymore. So on the 22nd, next Friday,
Yeah.
we got the DDT floor for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
Yeah, we do.
8 teams. Tag championships are on the line. World's cutest tag team. Love Good. Inner City Machine Guns. Team Tremendous. The Beaver Boys. Everett and Lee Busick and Gulak and
Ohio's Regulars? No.
the Monster Mafia.
Monster Mafia.
And not involved in the tournament. Speedball Mike Bailey. Tennis on Johnny Gargano.
And then the triple threat match for the...
Yeah, Roderick Strong has to defend the title against Chris Hero and Brian Cage.
I keep saying this every week, but good luck, Roddy. It's coming. It's coming fast, man.
And Strong. And at the same time, we have JT Lightning Invitational Tournament. 12 first round matches. No, 6. Yeah, 12 first round.
12, yeah.
12 first round matches.
Including people like Heidi Lovelace, Too Cold Scorpio, Lil Guido, Ricky Shane Page, I believe? No. Who am I thinking?
I don't know. Blanky blank blank.
Blank. Not Ricky Shane Page.
Hot Sauce, Tracy Williams.
We got Athena.
Athena's going to be in there. Who's Who, Dick Justice versus Josh Prohibition was the last match out of the first round. That's going to be a weird one.
No joke.
And then we heard that night 2, we're going to get Johnny Gargano versus Samoa Joe. Good luck, Johnny. That's 2 of my favorite guys in one match.
I know, right?
You know? That's going to be off the hook. But that's night 2, which is also the same day as Chikara's Back to Skull. The opening of the new Chikara Wrestle Factory. We talked about last week Kimberly versus Juan Francisco de Coronado, Mr. Touchdown versus Kevin Condren. Now we have Ophidian and Argus versus the Colony.
That'll be a good
Fire Ant, Worker Ant. Amasis is going on against Missile Assault Ant. And Dasher Hatfield is taking on Blaster McMassive.
Good luck, Dasher.
Possibly more matches. There's still a week.
Yeah.
So it could be more.
Yeah, I mean, that's only 5 matches. There's definitely going to be at least another 1 or 2 matches added, I would imagine.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Anniversario the next day. Yep. Anniversario against Attitude. And we're going to have 4-on-4 matches between the Snake Pit and the Wrecking Crew. And also the United Nations versus Dasher's Dugout.
We got trios action.
Yeah, the Arcade Horde.
Taking on the BDK.
Yeah, Ultramanus and the Batiri versus...
it's Knockin', Pinky, and Yakko.
Yeah, those ones.
Got it!
Oleg's going to go against Missile Assault Ant.
Huh.
Jervis and Kimberly are going against Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy.
All right.
There's a 4 corners tag team match. 2 members of the Nightmare Warriors will take on Team NRG, who will take on 2 members of
the Battle Hive,
who will take on a team that hasn't even been announced yet. Could be anybody, but of course the one everybody's going to be talking about is the Grand Championship on the line, Hollowicked's first defense, and he has to take on smooth sailing Ashley Remington. And if that isn't enough for you, like the next weekend, there's Evolve doing 2 shows, and the next month, the Tournament of Death.
Best in the world.
Best in the world. Elimination Chamber's going to happen.
Got Money in the Bank next month.
Money in the Bank. There's so much happening. Thank you.
What happened to my hair? I thought I got out of this unscathed.
Like, favorite, subscribe, and help us out of this war zone.
We need an army.
We need you to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter.
Check out my Instagram for updates on this crazy battle.
Reddit, Tumblr.
Email us and email him to make sure we're still alive. This is too much. We haven't even made it a year.
Leave comments on what you thought of Global Wars and War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is that copyright infringement?
Lots of wars.
Yeah, there it is.
We'll see you guys next week for episode 49. Oh man, we gotta go watch Payback.
Oh, crap. Oh, they're launching another wave.